Hello everyone, this is Jason from Primetime Aquatics. I've got some amazing aquariums to show you in this video. The first one is absolutely breathtaking, and there is one in this video that is going to change the face of aquascaping for the near future. I think it's going to be trend-setting. By the way, thank you to everybody who came to Aquashella and bought the new camo t-shirt. Really appreciate it. That one is now on our website. I'll put that in the description below. Limited time only. Hope you enjoyed the video. Appreciate you being here. So this is Daytona Aquashella 2023. This is the Oaza booth. It is always one of my favorite booths in all of Aquashella, and it didn't disappoint this time around. This first tank that we're looking at was the showstopper in all of Aquashella. This is Jeff Miyake's tank that he did for Oaza, and there is so much to see here. I probably looked at this tank maybe a half a dozen times throughout the weekend, and every time I went over there, I saw something I didn't see before. As you can see here, we've got a very large house and tree above the water line, and I just think this is so cool. I know it's something Joanna has been talking about doing for a long time. When you really look at the details of this aquarium, there's so much to see. We've got the figurines above the water line. We have the Oaza spelled out in rocks and wood underneath the water line in the tank. And the guppies are showing great color. The plants are amazing. This was just an absolute showstopper of an aquarium. I know there were so many people as they walked by this tank. It was inspiring, and that's what aquascaping, one of the things it is meant to do. It is meant to inspire people to try something different. And maybe you can't make it look just like this. After all, Jeff Miyake's one of the greatest aquascapers on the face of the earth. But it can inspire people to have different ideas and maybe stretch what they think is an aquascape a little bit further than they might have already. Please understand, doing something like this takes a lot of planning and a lot of time. This was not an aquarium he just threw together while he was here using just random rocks and wood. This was something he had planned out for a very, very long time, and it shows. And believe it or not, this was not the only aquascape in the Oaza booth. There were a couple of really awesome scapes there as well. This was Jen Williams. Absolutely love all the work that she does. In fact, you're going to see more from Jen Williams and Jeff Miyake and Chance here. I'm going to show you in a second because they were also in the big aquascaping contest. But this was Jen Williams' tank. Love the use of wood. I don't know how she gets her water so crystal clear, but every single time we go to Aquashella, she has a tank that just looks like you're looking right through glass and with no water in it whatsoever, and it looks outstanding. You're going to learn more about these rosy barbs, and we've done species profiles on the Ember Tetra. I'll put that in the upper right-hand corner. But she did an absolutely outstanding job with this aquarium. Absolutely love it. Now this next one, this is from Chance. Don't remember his last name right at the moment, but he is also an aquascaper that works in the Oaza booth, and he did an outstanding job on this aquarium. Love the use of rock, and again you can see that big rock feature with plants above the water line, which I really, really love. And you're going to learn more about these fish coming up in the near future. The Celebes Rainbow, absolutely an incredible fish. We're going to be using this aquarium for a species profile as well as another one, and this was just a great use of the rock and the moss and everything in between. Looks really, really good. Again, if you ever go to an Aquashella, this is a must-see booth. They have top-notch aquascapers there that do an outstanding job. Wanted to take you to the fish stream booth as well. This tank that you're looking at now, this is what Joanna did in the fish stream booth. Absolutely love it. It's around a 20-gallon aquarium, and we picked out some great fish for this particular tank. Again, I just love the use of the plants and the rock. It gives it a really nice three-dimensional look, and the fish were absolutely awesome as well. Here you're going to see we had a couple different types in here, actually 3 different types. We had the thread fin rainbow, which I think is an amazing fish. We also had the furcata rainbow in here, and I believe there was some stir-by cory cats, some smaller stir-by cory cats in here, and it just really was a great combination. And all weekend long these fish were showing off. The rainbows, especially the thread fins, every once in a while you'd walk by and those males are extending those fins, and they look outstanding when they do that. Again, we'll have a video out on those in the not too distant future, but you can see them here looking outstanding. This next one was done in partnership with a world-renowned aquascaper. His name is Jason Adams from Primetime Aquatics, and he worked with Jimmy, and they just did the best aquascape in the entire thing. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm not a world-renowned aquascaper. In fact, it's the first time I ever even tried to put something in a tank and make it halfway decent. And to give full credit, Jimmy did 95% of the work. What I did, my contribution was important. I poured the sand, as I often do when I'm helping with aquascaping. I got some of the power stuff going, and I did get to put the 2 pieces of wood together, and somehow, magically, they were like, yeah, that looks pretty good. I think they were just being nice to me, but, you know, they really encouraged me. So this was the scape that mostly Jimmy and I kind of helped put together in the Fish Dream booth. It's around a 40-gallon aquarium. I love the wood. More on that later. We put some diamond tetras in here as well, some black phantom tetras. There were some bloodfin tetras and some rather large Julie cory cats in this aquarium as well. Really love the fish. There is one thing that happened over this Aquashella that was a little bit harder to deal with. This wood is called rose vine, and it's traditionally used mostly in paludariums and terrariums. Well, we used it in a fish tank, and most likely if you're soaking it for long periods of time or maybe even boiling it, it'll be less of a problem, but we didn't have an opportunity to do that because we had to set up the tank the day before Aquashella. Well, this stuff creates a bacterial bloom, and I wound up doing not 1, not 2, but 3 75% water changes in this aquarium just to make sure everything was running well and the fish were happy and the tank actually looked halfway decent. So just keep that in mind. If you're looking at this wood thinking, oh my gosh, that's awesome, I really want to use that in an aquarium, maybe think twice about it. It's probably not the best idea. Again, this is rose vine or rosewood. It just wasn't a great idea. And after talking with Jen Williams and Jeff Miyake, they both agreed probably not a great idea in an aquarium, but certainly good in a terrarium. I mentioned there was an aquarium that was truly different in Aquashella, and this is it. Hip Hong put this together. He actually won, and I was so excited for him because I looked at this aquarium while he was putting it together, and I was like, holy cow, what is going on there? You've got elephant stone and you've got dragon stone, 2 very different colors, very different textures, and this aquarium it absolutely worked. It's groundbreaking. I really think over the next coming months and maybe years, you're going to see a lot more aquascapes like this, and no, this is really the start of it. This was something that is a trend-setting type of aquascape, and it's rare where you get to see that actually happen, and I think this was it. I absolutely love this aquarium, and in fact, I turned to Joanna and I said, hey, listen, we're going to be doing an Mbuna tank. I would love to have something similar to this, and it will be the Hip Hong tank, and it will be credited to him because this thing is insane. The use of rock is not something that a lot of aquascapers would take a chance in doing, and not only did he do it, it looks outstanding. And so this was the tank that I thought was trend-setting, groundbreaking, and I hope to see people building off of this in the coming years. This was another one I absolutely love. This was Charles Harlow's. He actually, I believe he won last time, and he put together another great aquascape. Love the use of the darker substrate and the mix with the wood. This was Jeff Miyake, so I showed you that first aquarium in the Oaza booth, and then he puts this together. Could you imagine putting together two insanely awesome aquascapes in the same weekend, just a couple days apart? I don't know how people do this. I don't have that creative vibe like a lot of all the aquascapers do here. And to do all of that in just a couple days, that's when you know you're a professional. And I tried really hard to get all the names associated with the tanks this time, and this is one of them where I missed it. I'm sorry. If someone knows who did this awesome aquascape, please put that in the comments section below, because it is a really nice tank. This was Austin's from ADG, an absolutely outstanding fish tank, always very, very helpful as well. This was Grant and Shelby from Garden of Eder. Really love this tank. We're actually going to be looking at these lamp eye rasboras a little bit more closely in a future video. Always love their style, and it's just cool because it just resonates with me, and I love the use of the wood and the rocks. They spent a lot of time busting up Dragonstone to get that look, and so they put a lot of work into this aquarium, and it shows. This one here was done by Alex. I believe his last name was Ranky. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. I love this aquarium too. Use of dragon stone, and we've got, or Seiryu stone and the wood. Very cool. By the way, I would love to hear from you. Which one is your favorite? This, of course, is going to be one of my favorites, and this was done by Jen Williams and Chance. Jen Williams and Chance were two of the people that did more work in the Oaza booth. Again, these are people who put a lot of work in at these Aquashellas. It is, unfortunately for them, not necessarily a social gathering. It's more just a lot of work over the course of 72 hours or so. Not to mention all the pre-planning that goes in, but this aquarium looks really cool, and you're going to see more about especially the gold rams as we move into these videos later on in the month and the following months. The Von Rio Tetra, we've done a species profile on those fish before. I'll put it in the upper right hand corner. Absolutely love the fact that they picked the wild type Von Rio over the orange. This is my favorite of the Von Rios. Really cool aquarium. This was Nikolai's tank. Again, feel free to fill in the last name here. This was a great aquarium. Look at, again, the use of the moss and the rocks and everything going on in here. Looks like an underwater forest. Absolutely love the work that was done here. The use of the rasboras and the guppies, nice contrast, gives a lot of action to the aquarium. And there were some fleur-de-lis killies in here as well. This was done by TMK Aquarist. He is very popular on Instagram. Can't recommend enough. If you haven't seen his work, check out his Instagram, TMK Aquarist. And then we have this wonderful fish tank here. Love the use of these Selby's rainbows. Very cool aquarium. This was done by James Nature Aquatics. Absolutely love this fish tank. Really well done. Once again, I want to hear from you. Which one was your favorite of all the aquariums that I showed you? This is not even close to all the fish tanks that were at Aquashella, but these were some of the ones I wanted to highlight, the ones that were really inspiring. If you haven't been to an Aquashella, I highly recommend going. There is so much more to see than what I am showing you here. Really appreciate you being here, and we'll see you in the next one.